St. Patty's Day is right around the corner. Today we're making a Guinness Brined corned beef brisket. Let's talk about this brine. We've got some pickling spice, garlic, brown sugar, kosher salt, 1 onion. We got 3 Guinness extra stout, and a little ice. I can't remember if I said it, but 1 onion. Alright, so we're going to pour these Guinness in here. We got 3 of them. That is, if I can keep from drinking one of them. Okay. And if you notice for today's brine, I don't usually do this. I'm heating it up. I mean, you can heat up any brine, right? But you just got to take the time then to cool it down. So we've got our beer there. Got this 1 cup of kosher salt. Our brown sugar. Okay. That garlic. An onion. And then we got this pickling spice. This jar is 1.8 ounces. You know, you just need about a 1/4 cup. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just heat this until the salt and the sugar is all dissolved. And then I'll show you what we're going to use that ice for if you haven't figured it out already. Got our salt dissolved. Just going to turn the heat off. Now I'm going to pour some ice. I think I've got maybe sticking to the... You could use water. This will just get it to cool down quicker so I can get this brisket in here quicker. Okay, so you just want to brine this brisket. We don't want to cook the brisket. The brine's all cooled off. I've got a 6.7 pound brisket flat. I've trimmed up the back. Tried to get most of the silver skin as I could off the front. Now, we're going to put this guy down in here. Now, you know, if your pot is smaller and the brisket's sticking out, then you want to make sure that you either put some more liquid in it or put something on the brisket. It needs to be totally covered. Let's put this in the fridge now for 7 days. I'm sorry, 6 days. I mean, anywhere from, 4 to 7 days will be fine. And once each day, I'll pull this guy out of the fridge, turn the brisket over, just mix the brine up a little bit. I was able to find some of this curing salt. I couldn't find it at the grocery store, but I did happen to find it at the sporting goods store. Now, the instructions for this curing salt talks about 1 teaspoon per 5 pounds of meat. So I'm going to go with 1 1/4 teaspoons. And what I'm going to do is just mix it up first before I dump it in here. It's the first time I've used the curing salt. It's supposed to give the corned beef that pink flavor. Some folks say it even adds some flavor. And all I'm going to do is just mix this up real good. And then we'll put it in here with our corned beef. So I used 1 1/4 teaspoons for this 6.7 pound brisket. We probably could have used just a little more, but I'm not too worried about that. And then, as I mentioned, we want to flip this guy every day. So you can just see what it looks like there. I also added 1 more pint of water because I wasn't getting good coverage. So, we'll put this guy back in the fridge, and I'll continue to rotate it each day before we smoke it next weekend. Alright, this brisket has brined for 6 days in the fridge. Once each day, I brought it out of this brine and turned it over, mixed the brine up. I just want to show you what it's going to look like. What I'm going to do is take it inside, wash it off with some cold water, just in case, I'm a little concerned I may not be able to get all the salt off. And then I'll pat it down with some paper towels, and we'll get it on the smoker. Okay, before I put this on a smoker, I am going to do one more thing. I'm gonna hit it with this Running Wild Brisket Rub. Now if you don't have Running Wild, no problem. You can put your favorite brisket rub on it, your favorite beef rub. Again, just a little bit more flavor. Help with this outside crust. And what I'll do is season both sides. And then, like I say, we'll get the cook started after that. I'm going to cook around 250 today. I've just got a little mesquite here. Obviously we want to do this indirect. I'll get this plate setter in here. And I'm going to cook this guy today with the fat side up. So this brisket's up to around 168. It's been in here 5.5 hours. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is wrap it. Don't do that, it's hot. Okay, you can see I've got small foil. That wasn't my plan, let me tell you. Seems like I'm out of large foil and didn't know it. But we're going to make it do. Just going to pour a couple ounces here, not even 2 ounces, of apple juice on this guy. Now I'm going to have to double and maybe even triple wrap this guy just to make sure that it's wrapped up good. And when I get it all wrapped up, we'll be right back. We're going right back on this Gourmet Guru grill. I am going to put my temperature probe back in it. And now we're going to cook this brisket till it gets up to about 203, 204 degrees. It's been 2 more hours. I'm going to see if you can see that. The temperature now on this brisket is, hopefully you can see it, it's 203 degrees on this corned beef brisket. So we're going to take this guy off of here. Now, I'm going to let it rest there in the foil for about 30 minutes. I don't want it to get too dark so you guys can see it, and then we'll open it up. Alright, it's been 30 minutes. It's going to be dark here in another 20 or 30 minutes. I'm hungry. Let's see how this corned beef turned out. Color on it looks pretty nice. I'm going to turn this guy over. Oh yeah. It's good and juicy. You can see it running all over the table. This guy is still pretty hot. I don't know if you can see that, but the grain is running this way on this guy. So we're going to cut it like this. Oh, great. It's got that nice pink, just like corned beef does. I guess that salt did its job. Okay. Let's cut another one here. Wow, it is super hot still. Alright, can you see that? Oh, look. Oh, this is a good sign. You see how easy it falls apart? Oh, wow. Alright. I've been waiting all day. Actually, I've been waiting a whole week for this. Let's give this a try. Holy smoke. Moist. You definitely get that beer flavor. Alright, this is the first time I ever cooked anything. It took me a week. It was worth every minute. Hey, if you're not a subscriber already, I hope you hit that little armadillo pepper icon. That'll get you subscribed. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below.